My Lord, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Alphonse Owiny-Dollo, my friend, Your Grace, the Archbishop of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Mugalu Kazimba, who is also my friend, colleague ministers, colleague members of parliament, our bosses, the voters, my Lord, 47 years ago, on this day, I had the misfortune of witnessing the drama and the tomfoolery that preceded the murder of Archbishop Luwum. I was there at Nile Mansion when these three, the Archbishop Luwum, the late Oboso Fumbi, and the late Nayo Ryema, were tried in a kangaroo court with the attendant paraphernalia and condemned. I was a young foreign service officer, and we'd been asked to come to Nile Mansion. You could see from the way those in power were talking that the murder was inevitable. Anybody saying it was an accident is wrong. The mens rea was ominous. And I must testify that the three were aware of what was going to befall them that day. I could see the later Nayo Ryema and Oboso Fumbi resigned to their fate. It was only Archbishop Luwum whose countenance displayed acceptance, hope, and fortitude. The late Archbishop Luwum had chosen to speak for the downtrodden. He'd chosen to bear the cross for the voiceless. And he was aware of the potential consequences, and he accepted it. Fortunately for me, at that time, we were already engaged in fighting Idi Amin. I was already a member of NASA, and the death of Archbishop Luwum, rather than discouraging us, stilled our resolve to fight for justice and for the liberation of our country. I saw it all. And that's what gives me presentiment when I see leaders engaged in reckless behavior. When I see leaders uttering words that divide us rather than unite us. This Commonwealth called Uganda was created not by our forebears, but in Berlin. We had no choice to be Ugandans. But at independence, we accepted this Commonwealth and we became Uganda. And our differences is our strength. That's how empires survive. There is nobody called a Roman. Romans were Germans, Italians, Spanish, English, Egyptians, Jews, all of those who belong to the Roman Empire. In their diversity, they created a mighty empire. In our diversity, we should struggle to create a strong, united, and prosperous Uganda. No tribe or ethnicity makes greater contribution to the welfare of Uganda than the other tribes. We are all equal. No religion is got a monopoly of virtue and vice. Let's all come to God the way we are. Since God accepts us, let's use our religious differences to give glory to God and create prosperity for Uganda. Let's put Uganda first. Only then can we proudly walk up and say, we are Ugandans. Let's emphasize what unites us. Let's emphasize what's primary and disregard what's secondary. Those faiths, those traditions, those beliefs that divide us should be discarded. Let's emphasize what uplifts our welfare. Let's emphasize what puts us together and puts us on the march of progress. Culturally, we the Wanyankore never used to eat fish. I doubt whether it was culture or because there was nowhere to catch it from. There are no lakes in Ankole. Even if we wanted it, where would you get it from? Now, when I grew up, I realized that was a backward practice. And I eat fish. And you can say I'm not small. That I eat fish, I eat chicken, I eat mutton, I eat eggs. Those are things we never used to eat. That belief and practice was not moving our society forward. I appeal to every Ugandan to discard that which holds us backward, what is anachronistic, and promote and cross-fertilize those virtues and practices that promote development and growth. Let's accept each other as we are. There is a song by Church of Uganda where they say, God, I pray to you, take me as I am. And that's what I always tell God on the rare occasions when I go to church. I tell him, you know, God, I am here, I'm your creation. When the time comes, just take me as I am. Just take me as I am, and everything will be okay. Your Grace, when I witnessed the drama of what happened on this day, I am sorry, I started questioning the wisdom of telling us that leaders are anointed by God. I asked God, surely God, good as you are you the one who anointed Amin also? Couldn't you have done better for Uganda? Countrymen, much as God anoints leaders, you also have a role to play. You have your vote. Be careful. Be very careful. Exercise your right to vote diligently, cautiously, aware of where you are going. Forget this excitement. No excitement. You have only one life. You don't have another chance. Every single day that goes by is a day gone and gone forever. And when they tell you Happy New Year, that's a step towards the grave. You don't have another chance. So don't squander your vote for choosing a leader who will lead you to progress. We deserve better. We don't have to follow sweet nothings. You want to lead. It's not you have handsome face or beautiful dress. It's what are you going to do for us? Unatupeleka wapi? When you get another Idi Amin, don't blame me. You'll have voted that Idi Amin into power. Just because you are excited. This lady here comes here promising you heaven and earth as if he has never been to heaven when he has never been. And then you sing and put a finger and say, Hiraroye, Savior. The next day the man turns into a monster. You've created him, you can't remove him. So be careful. We've walked a long path. I'm sure we've faltered along the way. Faltering is not the problem. The problem is inability to learn from your mistakes. The inability to learn from your mistakes is the problem. But making mistakes is human. It's only a stationary car that doesn't raise dust. But when you've raised dust and you've noticed it, do you inherit? No, not at all. I am scared by we Ugandans celebrating the death of Janani Luwum and not questioning whether it was worthy for him to die. Why? Why did he have to die? Why did he die and we went on with Idi Amin as if nothing had happened? Once beaten, twice shy. Learn to stand up and speak. Learn to stand up and speak. Don't quarrel. There is a difference between freedom of expression and rioting. This is the problem I have with some of my friends in the opposition. They say they're exercising the right to speak, but then they bring stones. So I say, freedom of expression is legitimate and legal, but rioting is illegitimate and a crime.